What is good, YouTube? Katana here. Now, I'm sorry if I'm sounding a little sick or if I'm going to be clearing my throat a little bit during this video. It's also the reason why I haven't posted in a few days. Normally, when a new patch drops, I post a build video like every other day or every 2 days or something like that. But I've been feeling sick and things like that, so I've been resting it up. And honestly, I've just been like passing out. Like, it's been pretty bad. But none of that matters because I got something nice to show you guys today. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, last patch, Templar got a huge nerf, and it was specifically towards Purifying Light and Power of the Light, right? Now, if you never played MAGPLAR before, you know that was your bread and butter to your damage. Your jabs is just a little supplement, right? Honestly, any other ability you used was a supplement. Purifying Light was what made MAGPLAR's hit. They took that away last patch. MAGPLAR was looking a little booty. But this patch, I can assure you, even before this patch completely dropped and went live and things like that, I already knew this was my MAGPLAR was gonna look a little tough. So these are the stats I'm buffed. It don't look too crazy, right? But you already know when it comes down to my builds, you gotta wait for it to be fully buffed. And I also gotta change this here. I just realized. Anyways, so that's unbuffed stats. Now let's look at it buffed. Let's look at it buffed. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna give it a moment, you know? I have to give it a moment. And I mean, you could already start seeing some of the monster set proc and things like that. I'm telling you, the survivability and the damage on this thing, it's crazy. It's too crazy. Matter of fact, it's so crazy, I don't even know what to do with it. 3.8k spell damage with 41.5k max mag. Yee! It's a little tough. It's a little tough. I'm telling you, the mag recovery may look low, but honestly, there's ways to make it even better than what it is now. And yeah, tweak it as you may, tweak it as you will. I am a high elf, mind you. Probably what would work better than a high elf with this build, since you have so much damage, probably be an Argonian for even better sustain and even better survivability. But again, that might even be overkill, so I'm not even sure. I haven't tested it, and probably not going to test it because the race change costs too much. But anyways, slottable items, I always prefer sugar skulls. I mean, I guess you could use other food, another tri-stat food, but sugar skulls is best in slot. Then we got our tripods as usual, and then our front bar, we have willpower with the weapon damage enchantment. Nern. Reason why it's not shock anymore is the fact that vulnerabilities, they got nerfed. So, you know, I'm using the lightning staff of willpower nerned with the weapon damage enchantment for that reason. Usually I don't, and also just get as much spell damage as I can with this build. Now this back bar set, it's gonna be different for everybody. You don't have to run what I'm running. Again, I also didn't even trait change these. I just yellowed them. That's it. I golded them out as soon as I got them, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, but basically what this set does is when you reflect or absorb a spell projectile with defensive posture, you restore 2200 mag. If defensive posture expires without reflecting or absorbing a spell projectile, you restore 6600 magicka instead. Alright, so if you don't understand how OP that is, that's basically, I press this, right? Say I'm fighting a stam character that has 0 projectiles. Once that goes off, boom, my mag, I'm going to get 6600 mag back. That's a lot of mag for just waiting a few seconds, right? I know it's, you know, I'm costing stam for it, but you're using sword and board anyway, so you could just heavy attack and get that stam back. Also, you could just run EG as well, and that's why I was saying with Argonian, this might be, it'd probably be better with Argonian, but you might be over sustaining, like I said. But for replacements, if you don't have that, you could easily use Potentates. The only reason why I'm not using Potentates this patch on the back bar is because they nerfed protection and things like that. So it's just kind of like, I've been feeling like just putting Potentates and Temporal Guard on my back bar is starting to get almost becoming useless. So either put a special weapon back there, or you could put something that, you know, maybe increases your max health, gives you resistances, or anything like that. Whatever you feel like. You know, I used to put back in the day, like, on my back bar Transmutation just for extra mag recovery for whatever reason. I mean, you could do something like that. I'm just throwing out options. Now, monster. Using Malabeth. The reason I'm using Malabeth is that when someone's hurting me, I'm going to get ridiculous healing. And the healing that I have on this build is ridiculous. Just dummy. So when I'm jabbing, I'm healing like crazy. So for example, because my other piece of my set is this nice little mythic right here. Now, honestly, people are downplaying this mythic to a degree. I think if you stack a lot of healing with this mythic goes crazy. It goes absolutely crazy on MAGPLAR and PvP. So like I did, I worked my build around my jabs rather than my Purifying Light. And I also worked my build around just staying offensive almost 100% of the time. And that allows me to heal like crazy. And that allows me, and me being offensive allows me to get the kills and things like that. So, you know, it's really OP in that sense. Now, the two-piece jewelry I have here, you could switch this out if you want to. I'm just doing it for more spell damage, more damage in general. So as you could remember from before, I had the lightning staff willpower on the front bar, so I got that 3-piece 201 spell damage. That's right there. It's up to you whether or not you want to do that. But this set right here, slept on. If people haven't been using it, I highly recommend. I have it all in pen. I didn't put triglyphs on it yet or anything like that. I mean, I have enough max health where I'm comfortable and things like that, and enough max stam. It's up to you if you want to. But this set right here is a new set that came out this patch. I knew it was going to go crazy. It's basically the mag version of Fury. If you don't know what Fury is, it's an old set for stam characters that gives you a lot of weapon damage. So I decided to get the mag version to use it on my MAGPLAR. And like I said, with this setup right here, all these sets together, it goes crazy in any scenario. Whether it's Xing, open world, 1v1, BGs, it doesn't matter what the heck you're doing, it's gonna go crazy. Now, things I haven't tested, but I do plan to test, but I'll tell you guys anyways, so you guys could go for it. Basically, I wanted to get this lightning staff for my front bar, but as you can see, I keep getting the stupid frost staff, so I'm gonna keep farming it. Basically, when you cast weakness to elements, this is more specifically for dueling aspect. I mean, you could use it open world if you don't use entropy open world and things like that. But basically, it's like a baby Zon when you cast weakness to elements on people. So that's why I like it. And so that's what I would really use for like the completed version of the build. I'd probably use it at all times. It's like this on the front bar, 2-piece willpower, or you could put 2-piece trainee, whichever one. And then Ring of the Pale Order, Void Caller, Malabeth. Malabeth is interchangeable with EG if you're having sustain issues, and again, the back bar is very interchangeable as well. So as you can see, the build has a lot of diversity to it, so you could change it up a lot. Like, there's a lot of different things you could do. Like, say if you're missing this set, you could switch it out with something else. If you're missing Malabeth, you could switch it out for EG. The main thing about the build is Void Caller, period. Honestly, Ring of the Pale Order, you could deal without it. Like, you could easily just put 3-piece willpower and then put that new lightning staff right here on the front bar, and then whatever sword and board on the back bar. Boom. That was the other version I just, again, I didn't get the staff. So as for skills, this is what I would typically use in a duel. Right now, if I were to go open world, honestly, it would look only slightly different. That's literally it. And or maybe if I'm playing with my homies and stuff like that, I'll probably have Radiant on, or maybe even by myself on VX, I might have Radiant on. Basically, that's what it would look like. All right. Just in case if I didn't cover it, I don't remember if I did. The Mundus I'm using is Mage. You could change that out to whatever you feel like, but up to you. Now you could pause at any moment you want to for the CP. This is just what I prefer. It's what I use pretty much at all times. And I mean, I'm gonna let you guys know that this build, if you guys decide to run it on your MAGPLARs pretty much to the T, you'll see why I'm saying it's so OP. I mean, like, quite literally, if I just stay offensive and the person is trying to be offensive with me, first of all, they get thrown off guard when I hit as hard as I do. So I just want to show you guys the tooltip I have with jabs. Do I have okay, I have all the abilities I need. I want to show you guys the tooltip I have with jabs. Just jabs alone, because again, that's what this build was revolving around. It was revolving around spell damage, aka just revolving around my jabs in general, because Purifying Light was nerfed and things like that. So because of that, I was like, you know what, forget Purifying Light, let me do this. And actually, in turn, it kind of made my Purifying Light almost hit the same, but now my jabs hit like Stamplar jabs. So it's actually pretty great. So 4.6k pretty much fully buffed. I think I missed it. I think I did miss it. But yeah, I would say about 4.6k jabs, which again, for a MAGPLAR, if you haven't played MAGPLAR like that at all, that is a ridiculously high number. If you go back to any of my past old videos, most of the time I get like 3.6k jabs fully buffed if I'm lucky. If everything's up. Now I'm getting 4.6k jabs almost all the time, because Void Caller is going to be up almost all the time, because when you're playing a MAGPLAR, people are just very offensive on your cheeks most of the time, especially if you're fighting against like some sort of level DKs and things like that, like all those AIDS carried DKs that people will be fighting and stuff like that. All I have to do is spam jabs more than ever. I don't even need Purifying Light, low-key, but I still have it. But you don't even have to use most of your abilities more than ever with this build. But I'm done rambling. I'm done with the build video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment if you're new to the channel, subscribe, and see you in the next one.